Morgoth to be there, like Margit to be there as Morgoth, and
Exactly. It just comes out of nowhere.
his second phase where he starts using all types of shit, bro. Holy shit, that
I
was
swear,
insane.
man. Um,
Um,
for me, it's Dragon Lord plus Sidussax.
whoa. Now I think our lists will start to intertwine a little bit, in the sense that the same people shall start showing up, but in different places.
Exactly. Like Dragon Lord is amazing. He is
I agree.
amazing. He is a fucking he is the perfect dragon fight in this game. He's the best dragon fight of the game. Fuck
Mhm.
me. I don't know what I was trying to do there. He's just so much fucking he's just fun to fight, man. Like the fun aspect of Dragon Lord is unmatched, in my opinion. Like no other boss comes. No, it's not that no other boss comes close, but like it's just like, dude, his attacks,
This the
of that,
spectacle, I was about
the
to say, bro.
spectacle of the thundercloud form when he
Bro,
does it,
in my
and
opinion, the greatest attack to dodge in this entire
is
game is
thundercloud
his
form. Is
thundercloud.
thundercloud form?
Oh
I
my
agree. I
God,
honestly
bro.
agree. Thundercloud form is amazing. It is an attack. It is a fucking attack. It's so fun to dodge. It's so crazy to dodge, and I love the fucking spectacle of it. His fire breath. I love his like the fact that, what do you say? Like when he does his fire breath, he does it with both his heads, and he has the crazy version, which basically just what do you say? Like where it turns into lasers. Like that's kind of they took from Meteor a bit in that sense, but it just felt so awesome, man. Like Placidusax is amazing. He's an amazing fight, like absolutely amazing. And I just love that it's a fucking two-headed dragon. There's just an awesome factor there, right? It's just like, yeah, you're
I agree.
fighting a fucking two-headed dragon. Like, what is more badass than that? You know?
Mhm.
So, Placidusax for me is my number seven, right? That's what they're on.
Yeah. Number six for me is Dragon Lord Sedusax.
No way.
Yes, number six for me. Um, so yeah, everything that you just said, bro, I just love him. He was absolutely insane.
Just love him, man. That's all you can really
Yeah,
say about Dragon Lord.
exactly. I
You
just
just
love him.
love Dragon Lord.
Mhm.
Okay,
So number
my
six for
number
you.
six.
Go ahead.
Uh, Malekith the Black Blade is my number
Damn,
six.
damn.
He is like, I mean, okay. Here's the thing. His first phase, in my opinion, isn't that great of a fight. It's kind of too aggressive. It's a little like, it's okay. It's not like bad, but it's not that fun to fight. But that second phase of Malekith is incredible. When he actually turns into the Black Blade, that is probably one of the best like fights in the game. Or
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
if someone told me it's the best fight of the game, I wouldn't even disagree that hard. I'd just be
Yeah.
like, you know what, honestly,
If
sure.
somebody's favorite boss, I would be like, yeah, bro, like sure, that's
Yeah, because he is that. Like the level of Malekith is just insane, man. I can't. Like it's almost like, how could they have made him that bad? You know, also, I don't think I told you. He was shown in the trailer. One attack of his
he
was shown.
was. I genuinely
Only
remember it. I remember
only
even
one
like
attack was
his
like,
slash, like where he jumps up in the air and
yeah,
does a
that's
thing
all
at
that
the.
was
I
shown.
know,
That's
I
all that was
remember
shown.
that. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's all that was shown. And
And
like
I
not even
love
like
that he was such a late game boss. He's literally the third, fourth final boss of
exactly.
the game, and they showed
And
it there.
exactly, bro. And here's the thing: I was waiting for him as well because I knew he was in the thing, but because they only showed like a sliver of him in that trailer, like literally less than a second, like one frame of him essentially. It's still the whole fight was still a mystery, and I still didn't expect to fight him where I did fight him because I didn't expect Beast Clergyman to turn into him. Also, there's also like the lore. His lore is pretty sick. You know, he's Marika's half brother. He
Yeah,
sealed
you
away
told me all
destined
of that.
death. Yeah, I like that he's also related to Gurranq in some way. Or I think he is Gurranq. That's like a theory. I don't know if it's confirmed, but that's a cool theory as well. The fact that he's Gurranq. oh, fine, you took that fucking thing off. Like Gurang, like when you do Gurang's quest line, he talks to you about it. Like his dialogue is different. He's like, "What? Why are you here?" You know.
Yeah.
And when you kill him, I love his like dying thing as well. When he's just like, why cover test and death to kill what? Like he's like concerned when he asks that, like, why are you doing this? Like it just felt so awesome, and the fight itself is so crazy, bro. The way he's jumping around,
Yeah, jumping
shooting
around,
Getsuga
dodging those
Tenshos
things
at
are
you.
even one of the most
It's
satisfying things in
amazing.
the
It's
world.
so fucking cool,
I
bro.
fucking love it,
Fucking
bro.
firing Getsuga Tenshos every two
Yeah.
seconds, doing that crazy black destined death attack where he
Bro, you
does.
literally saw my try with him, bro. Man.
Yeah, yeah,
He
it was
runs away
insane.
from you as well, man.
I love how
I
much he
swear.
dodges you. I love how
Yeah,
much he
he
dodges
dodges
you.
you, bro.
Like it's
It's
fucking
insane.
insane. It really feels like a proper like.
Yeah,
Oh my god, I got
it is
hit by
insane.
all of that.
That was number five for you, number six for you, right?
That was number 6 for you.
For number five for me is Black Blade Malik.
Whoa!
I like how we literally are the same. It's just that mine are one position above
Exactly, and
you,
you know
bro.
why they're one position above you? Because one of the ones that's in a higher position for me, you've already said, and you didn't say that long ago. I think it was 8 for you or something.
Which one was it? Okay, no, I
You'll
won't
find
say.
out. You'll
Yeah,
find
I think
out.
I'm pretty sure it is
You know
actually.
it is, bro. I haven't
Yeah.
said it yet, but I'm sure it's
Okay, wait.
obvious.
I just want to talk now, man. Screw dueling. Wait.
Okay, okay, we'll
Since we're
talk.
in
We'll
the
talk.
like top five, so sure. I just said Black Blade Malekith, right? That's number five for
Ye-
me. I don't have to say much more, bro. He's awesome. Just this amazing fight, man. Holy shit. Uh, okay, five for you. What's five for you?
Okay, 5 for me is
I'm gonna get some
Br-
water. Yeah, continue, continue.
the Lord of Blasphemy, Praetor Rykard.
Whoa, whoa, okay.
This man, if I can even call him that, is fucking just amazing, man. Like look at him. His face, his fucking like look at that. We will never he has. Like he
Mm,
has the best cutscene in the entire game.
I
And
agree.
like meme aside, like I'm not like obviously it's
Yeah,
hilarious, but meme aside, it is fucking cool. Like
it is cool.
it's
The
so
way he brings the
different.
sword from
Yeah,
the
he fuck
freaking.
exactly. And you don't
Yeah,
expect it. When I was fighting the giant snake, I thought that was it, and I was honestly fine with it. It was still a really cool fight. The fight, the arena was still amazing. Also, he had the best arena in the fucking game. But I already said that all that. But like when I was just fighting the snake, I thought that was it, and I was like, okay, giant snake monster. It's a fun fight. I get to use this cool weapon, and I
yeah,
killed it in like 2 or 3 tries. It didn't wasn't too hard. And then he fucking turns into a fucking snake man with a sword, which is fucking made of dead bodies, and it's like, holy
yeah,
fucking shit. And I love that the weapon you get, the Serpent Hunter, the fact that it itself has some
yeah.
mechanics
Some
where
cool mechanics holding R2, the L2 of it.
holding R2,
It has an L2.
the L2
Yeah,
staggers him, so when
yeah,
he's about to do some crazy shit in his second phase, you can use the
yeah. You can
L2
use
to
the
get
L2.
him out. And in his second phase, there are some points where it goes batshit crazy.
It
Like the
does.
fucking screen gets
The
filled with this,
skulls.
the skulls are flying everywhere, the screen gets this red fog, he's fucking throwing lava everywhere, he's stabbing you with a sword, he's going nuts. Like
Yeah,
those moments where, and in that moment, you were literally just running. You were just surviving. Like it almost, the game turns into a survival horror game almost, like in some
yeah.
moments, and that's one of them. Another moment, I think there's like two proper moments where the game, 3 moments where the game kind of turns into like a survival game in a sense almost. One is this. One is Malekith's second phase, like Malekith's second phase. I think that as well, because even if you're a very aggressive player, you go very defensive. At least your first time around on that
Mm.
phase. Third, I'll mention later because there's a boss later. Who is the third one? But yeah, so it's Praetor Rykard is just such a fun fucking fight, man. He's just fun. He's
For sure, for
probably
sure.
I think like I mean, I know I've said like, oh, probably one of the most fun fights in the game, and obviously he is. But I can't like stop
Very
like
memorable,
praising him.
man. Just
Very,
very memorable.
very
Like,
unique. Like that's one thing about
exactly. He
these
is
games.
unique.
Exactly. Like when will you ever fight fucking colossal snake with a man's face on it who pulled out a sword made of guts out of the snake's mouth,
Mm,
who shoots skulls at you? When will you ever see that anywhere else? Not even in a game, anywhere else. You won't.
yeah.
You just won't. Like and I love it when a boss has a second phase in its second phase, which he also kind of does. Which I mentioned, he normally happens when he goes batshit crazy, like the red fog fills the place and stuff, and his snake head almost comes back to life and also starts attacking you, like from on the top of his
Yeah.
head. Like when that happens, I was like, oh my gosh.
Mm.
Uh, but yeah, Praetor, and you know what? If he kills you with a grab attack, he just eats you.
I know, and it's so cool, bro, because he
Yeah,
says his shit and it's very fitting.
yeah. He literally says like,
Yeah,
now we will devour the
we'll die the
gods.
gods, exactly, because
Because
he
that's what he's
eat
trying to
you,
do.
literally.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
that's what he's trying to do. He wants to eat you because he knows you're
yeah,
strong and he knows that that will
exactly.
make him stronger. Like that's
Mm.
just crazy to me, man. But yeah, that's my number. I think I was on five. Was that five?
Yeah, that was five. That was five.
No, that was six. That was my sixth.
No, that was five.
That was six, bro.
Then what's your five? I already said my five was Black Plate
I know,
Malekith.
but you're one ahead of me, now.
But I said Malekith before you said Rykard, so what's your, Chalo, what's your five then? What was your six?
Oh
Or
wait,
sorry, what was your seven?
I think I was one off the whole time. I think Fire
Really?
Giant was my 11, so I might have had
Okay.
27 in total.
Damn, damn.
Fire, it's just so
Um,
many bosses. Fire Giant was 11 for me. Okay, Loretta and or Draconic Tree Sentinel was 10. Estelle was 9. Dragon Lord was 8. Malekith was 7. Praetor Rykard was 6.
okay,
General Radahn is 5 for me.
okay.
Because of everything we've talked about him.
Yeah,
It's
we've talked
just
about Iran a lot. It's
because
just insane.
he is that amazing, bro. I fucking
Yeah,
love it. But yeah, okay, we will talk about more.
yeah,
General Radahn is my 5.
yeah.
Uh, my what's your 4?
My four is the first Elden Lord. I am
God.
returned. Poetry, bro.
Dude,
Holy shit.
one thing I loved doing was before you even played this game, like
Yeah,
when you
you
were
said
waiting,
that, and
I
I took it into like I remembered it when he said it. I was like, oh, that
dude, like
bastard, bro. He
literally
took it from the start.
every moment, every opportunity I had, I would reply to a message with a with you on it, just saying, I am returned. Like if I like have to leave for 5 minutes and I come back, I just like I am returned. Just because I love that line. I love how he says it. I am
Yeah.
returned. It's just so
Bro,
cool.
his first phase was just so awesome to fight. You had to master it. Just this perfect boss, bro. Like the first
Agreed.
phase was just this perfect boss, and then it felt so mighty as well. Like you're literally fighting this
Yes.
freaking awesome warrior, and his
Exactly.
hammer, bro, insane.
Axe.
And his the sorry axe, it was just felt so strong. His slams on the ground, they felt so strong. It was just
Dude, and I
crazy.
swear I don't know if they do it through the sound effects or something, but it
Yeah.
felt like my screen was even shaking.
Exactly, bro. That's what I was saying. It felt so mighty, man.
Yeah, and especially because like, and it's like it creates a rhythm almost. Like he doesn't do
Yeah,
them
it was a rhythmic
randomly.
fight. It was a very rhythmic fight, bro. That's what I
Hmm.
love about it. And then the second phase is the opposite, where it's not rhythmic at all. It is a fucking horror movie where this guy is chasing you and you're running, man. And then you
Exactly,
don't.
bro.
What I love about it is you do not expect that second phase at all. I thought the lion would come off and you would have some insane
Yeah,
fight
and
with
it
two of them
does too.
together.
Like in the cutscene, even you're like, "Oh shit, I'm
Yeah.
fighting the lion now," because the lion
That's
like
actually one of my
comes.
favorite cutscenes, bro. If not my favorite cutscene, the way when he fucking cuts the head off that lion,
It's crazy.
Sirosh, it's just
Yeah,
amazing, man. And then
dude.
second phase, bro. Holy
It's
shit.
just
I mean,
shit. It's the fan, man.
yeah, I'll save some praise for you about this guy, but
Oh, you
yeah,
know he's coming?
I love.
You know
Yeah,
he's
I know it's
coming.
coming. So that's number four for me. What's
Okay.
number four for you? Wait, so
Number
wait. Six for you was Rykard, five for you was Radon. Okay,
4 is Morgoth the Omen King.
damn.
This fight, dude, it is like if I can be complete, as I say, I'm trying not to be too biased, right? If I can be fully biased, I might even put him as one, just in terms of like my favorite fight. But it's just everything about this fight, like the narrative significance of it, where you fought Margit was basically the first proper boss you fight. And it was
Yeah.
him. It was this same guy. And you fight him once while heading to the capital as well. And then you fight him in the capital, and you actually you don't even see it coming though. Like you talk to Gideon way back about Morgoth, and Gideon is just like, oh, he's the veiled king of the capital, but don't worry about him. Like, we shouldn't think about him right now. And then you're just like, okay, I mean, I won't think about him. But then you actually encounter him, and it's like, shit, that was Morgoth. And the way that is probably my favorite cutscene when he fucking smashes his
Oh yeah.
staff and it turns into a sword. And even the beginning of it, like when he's just like willful
Talking to you.
traitors. Oh, like he's talking shit about all the fucking other demigods, and he can back that shit up as well because you see it as well at the intro cinematic. You see Margit kind of fucking up a younger Radon, which I thought was pretty good. Maybe younger, maybe not even that much younger. But you see Margit actually even potentially beat Radon in terms of the lore, which think is pretty fucking cool. And that's Margit, not even Morgoth. And it's just like I love the lore that he's Godfrey's son, but because he was born as like a mutant, as an omen, they shunned him and they like put him into the underground, but he's still the heir to the throne, and he is the king of the capital after Godfrey leaves. After Godwyn, maybe. I think Godwyn's the first king, and like when Godwyn dies, then Morgoth becomes king. But then he's a king in like the shadows, and he's still loyal to the Erd Tree. That's why he calls everyone else traitors, like all the other demigods, because all of them were busy fighting each other for the Elden Ring, for the shards of the Elden Ring. But Margit was just like, Morgoth was just like, you know what? I'm gonna serve the Erd Tree like all of you should as well. And that's why like in that fight, the music of that fight, I was just listening to it today as well. It truly feels like a fight for the throne. Like it feels like listening to that music gives me the feeling that this is the final fight, even though it isn't. But it gives me a feeling that this is the fight for everything. This is the fight for the throne. This is the fight for to become the Elden Lord. And you can tell he's fighting just as hard as you. The way he's fucking flipping around, using all these different weapons. I love the fact that he can summon and use weapons. And I love the detail that these weapons are ones you can yourself find in the game as well, like the giant crusher and the tree spear. So I just love that he's using these fucking weapons and you're just dodging all of it. It's just such an insane spectacle. And then his second phase, where he releases all his like cursed energy, and then you fight him even while he's even more like fucked up. Like he's really giving his all, and I just love like the narrative significance. Like it comes full circle. Like you met him in the beginning, and now you're meeting him near the end.
Yeah, I
And
love that aspect of it.
exactly. And even his remembrance as well, man. I'll never forget that quote in that line in his remembrance where it just says like he loved not in return, for he was never loved, but nevertheless love it he did. It's referring to the earth tree.
Yeah.
And I don't know, that's just such a cool like line for me that Morgoth above all else was like loyal.
Mm.
That's his main drive. So it was just such a cool, and just fighting was just fucking like, of all the bosses, fighting him was the most enjoyable. Like dodging his attacks, in my
It
opinion.
was
Like compared to like
one
I
of them
know,
for sure. Like
yeah, for you
top
one of
most
them. For
executed
me,
bosses.
it probably was the most like, because it was kind of like Crucible Knight, kind of like
Mm.
Loretta, kind of like Draconic Tree Sentinel. but on a completely different level than them. It was like a completely elevated version of all of them, because they were so satisfying to dodge. And then the best part was he's like the first boss you fight who properly dodges your attacks as well. So the fight felt even more like as like you're a proper 1v1, like a proper duel. Because he's even backflipping around the arena and somersaulting everywhere, and it just feels so
Yeah.
incredible. Like narratively, lore wise, the music, the fight itself, his design, his arena. I love his arena as well. That it's so fitting. Like you're fighting him at the throne. Like it's so cool to me. Like the arena, just everything about that fight for me is just all like basically perfect. Like he's not hard. He's not hard at all. But his difficulty is still good. Like it's not easy. You can't like mindlessly
Yeah.
kill him. You should need to pay attention.
Yeah.
So Morgott, in my opinion, is my number four.
Very nice, very nice.
Who's your number three?
Number three for me is Praetor Rykard, bro.
Oh,
And genuinely, everything you just said about him, it was true. The only thing I want to add is I normally don't notice music during these really challenging FromSoft bosses, but for him, the music was just elevating the fight. I was hearing it properly, and it was just building up
hmm,
the intensity and the whole vibe of it. Um, and his first phase even, bro, his first phase was it wasn't like the second phase is the everything. His first phase was very solid fight as well in the sense that he was closing in on you. You had to be mindful of the arena and
yeah,
like it was fun, bro. It was fun, but it was a spectacle fight, but at the same time a challenging spectacle fight. You had to be doing it properly. It wasn't an easy fight. I wouldn't say an easy fight. It was
agreed,
really fun.
agreed. If you're
So,
not paying attention, he'll destroy you because he did a fuckload of damage.
bro, after fighting him, I just went to bed and I was just smiling for like 10 minutes, laughing at what I just fought. Because how awesome it was, but how unique it was as well, man. It was just
I
amazing.
swear, man.
Praetor Rykard.
Okay.
But
Um,
yeah,
so my
that's number
third.
three for me.
Oh, okay. My third all is someone who am returned.
Damn.
Godfrey or
Nice.
slash Hora Lu. So
Hmm.
I love God. I also love how Godfrey's initial cutscene starts with him like cradling Morgott. I think that was very sweet because I mean
Yeah.
he is his fucking son. But God, like you said everything about Godfrey. You know, it's like a
Yeah.
perfect fight. It's fucking
Yeah.
insane. I just want to say one more thing about Hora Lu. Hora Lu is such a crazy, scary fight. And his
It's scary.
attacks, his power bombs, his fucking like
Yeah.
suplexes, he literally deadlifts the entire boss arena almost, or at least like a huge chunk of the boss arena, which
Hmm.
is just so fucking cool to me. And it's like one of the scariest things of the game. Like being chased by Hora Lu is like a nightmare for me now. If like when if I go to sleep and that ever happens, I don't think I'm gonna ever wake up. I think I'm just dead. But Hora Lu is just he's incredible, and I love his like one thing I love about all the bosses in this game, or the very significant ones, is the dialogue of the fights themselves. So, for example, Margit has like in his first, when Margit transitions to second phase, one of the things he says is like, especially when the dialogue relates to is the boss acknowledging you. So one of Margit's dialogue is "Thou are of warrior blood indeed," or something like that. Like he basically says, "You are of warrior blood," or "Warrior blood runs in thou veins." That's what he says. So that's just so cool to me. And Hora Lu is no different. Where when you kill him, when you kill Hora Lu, he just says, thy strength befits a crown." And to me that's just so cool. Like it's just a really cool line.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's
Horalu is
very
my
cool.
number three. And also I just love his music again. His first phase music. It really feels like you're fighting like a regal lord, like a king. And his second phase music literally seems like you're fighting some fucking wild animal, like you're in the middle of a hunt and you're fighting for your life, with your bare hands against like some sort of fucking monster essentially,
Yeah,
and that
yeah.
is what's happening as well. I love the way the music perfectly conveys what is happening. But yeah, so Godfrey is my third. What's your second?
Bro, I love. We didn't even discuss these lists or anything, but our top two have come down to the same two people. And I don't know which order you put yours in, but I'm pretty sure it's the same as mine. Or
Okay,
mine might be a little surprising, man.
I think.
The thing is, mine was surprising for me too. When I was making this list, I just had to take a step back and think, okay, who
Okay.
should I put on two and who should I put on one? Because I love both of them. And
Yeah.
the one I put on two, I actually loved initially more than the one I put on one, but now I've changed it. I
Okay,
think
now
the
I think they're
number
the
one is
same.
better.
Now I think they're the
Okay.
same. Okay, who's your
Okay,
two?
so number two is
Oh
Radagon
my
and Elden
god!
Beast.
Yep,
Okay.
yep, yep.
Yeah. And yeah, bro, it's like the perfect final boss. It took everything to beat that guy. Like, I had to dig deep, I had to be fully focused. First phase, second phase is just insanely hard. You have to be on point. The first, when you go into that fight, the cutscene, and then the music starts playing, and the music is so badass, and you just charge at him and start fighting. So it's, I could go on and on about Radagon only, and then beating Rad, like they complement each other so well. Like they balance out each other so well in the sense that if Elden Beast was first of all, Elden Beast is the complete opposite of Radagon in the sense that it's this large, like kind of spectacle almost, and very calm. And whereas Radagon, like super aggressive, human size, like knight size boss almost. And and then in terms of difficulty, I think they balance out perfectly in the sense that Radagon is super tough, and but Elden Beast is a lot more manageable. But at the same time, Elden Beast, bro, what a fight. Like the music that's playing in the background feels so calm. Like this thing you're fighting. You've mentioned to me how it's so unique looking. You can't tell what it is, but whatever it is, it's so perfect, man. Like fighting that thing, it just feels amazing. And then finally beating it, bro, you don't know how satisfying. It was the perfect challenge, straight up. I go into these games for challenge, and it was the perfect challenge. And yeah, everything about it is just amazing, man. It might be my favorite. It might be my favorite final boss in all of games ever. Probably is. So yeah, I
Yeah.
love Radagon. I love Elden Beast.
I mean, you said pretty much everything. It's also two for me, obviously. I mean,
Yeah,
it's an insane fight. Uh, the music. I just want to talk. The music of this
yeah,
fight. It's so incredible. Like I can't believe they did it, but I'm also so glad they did it. Because here's the thing. Maybe to someone it feels lazy, but I know for a fact, FromSoft isn't fucking lazy. The music for for at least Radagon is the main menu theme slightly altered, which I
hmm,
think is so perfect
yeah. It is
because it
perfect.
doesn't it almost feels like it's not Radagon's theme, it's your theme essentially.
Hmm.
This is the final fight. This is your moment essentially. So it feels so perfect that the theme playing is not Radagon's but yours, you know? So that's awesome. Me, the of this opening cutscene of this fight is also fucking awesome. I love the way like
Yeah.
Radagon's just like the way the music starts in the cutscene, like Radagon's holding his hammer up high and it just starts na na like the whole thing, and then the camera sort of pans out and you see the rest of him, and then he starts glowing, and it's like holy shit. But yeah, I love that the his fight is so balanced. Like you have Radagon, super aggressive, high intensity fight, and then you have Elden Beast, super slow, spectacle endurance fight. And there's both balance each other out so well, where you need to beat Radagon with enough heals to survive Elden
They
Beast.
survived that
Yeah,
exactly.
like Elden Beast is almost something you don't have to kill, you have to survive almost. Like it feels
Exactly.
like that essentially. So, and I just love the design of it. It's one of the most unique things I've ever seen, not just in a game, but just in media. Like it's a giant dad bod dragon space whale with tree angel, essentially warrior as well, essentially, because
Yeah,
it has a sword, and it's
yeah,
got those like and the way when you hit it and it cracks and you can like it makes that sound effect, and it kind of sparkles even like when you're fighting it, it almost feels like you're supposed to break it or to kill it. And I just
yeah,
love the lore behind it as well. Like this thing, and also when you kill it, it just says "God slain." That feels so cool.
yeah,
Uh, and the music of it is also really like nice because
yeah.
it's really sad. It's not like sad, but it's very
Not sad, but
slow,
it's
as if
slow and
something is end.
mellow and
Yeah, it's like something has come to an end, which is
mm,
like the game has come to an end. So it's just so
yeah.
fitting. Uh, but yeah, and I love that it takes aspect like it uses all for a bunch of the boss in this game do this, even Fire Giant, and I really like it that they use attacks and abilities that are in the game that you yourself can use, and I really like that. That's like a really cool like thing, just like uh feature in my opinion,
Mm,
and I love that it kind of borrowed a little bit from Divine Dragon
yeah,
from
it did.
Sekiro when it does the golden slash attacks because
Uh,
the golden waves or whatever they are. I don't know. It reminded me of Sekiro. I bet you can even jump those. Like you probably don't just have to roll them. You can probably
yeah,
jump
yeah,
over them.
yeah,
That's probably
probably.
even more fun to do. But yeah, Radagon plus Elden Beast is the second best boss in the entire game. It's
Okay.
the best final boss FromSoft has made, I think. And
Yeah, yeah.
I
Even though
think
I love Ishin, I love the hell out of Ishin. I don't
Yeah,
know, bro. I think
Ishin's
this might be.
amazing, but yeah, I think
Yeah.
this might be better, and I think it's the best final boss ever made, maybe even not even just from Soft. Like, I don't know, I can't really think of another final boss I liked more than this guy. But yeah, that's and it's kind of
Number one, man. Number one
sorry,
for us. I can't believe it is the same goddamn person.
Mark the Lord
Lord
of
of
fucking
blood.
blood.
Holy
This guy.
shit,
I
man.
mean,
This
I
guy,
feel
when I
like
first fought him, I didn't expect that this guy would top my list of bosses. But now that I think back on it, this guy is just the
he
perfect
is
boss,
that's what I
man.
was saying before. He is the
Yeah,
perfect boss. Like he
it
is
is. It is,
perfect.
literally.
There is nothing wrong with this fight. This is the perfect
Yeah,
fight, especially for this game, specifically for this game. The fact that
yeah,
it's open world, the like you even like I feel like you also kind of took into account what I told you about him, like how because I think at first you were kind of more like didn't like his whole nihil mechanic,
yeah.
even though
I
yeah,
didn't. But then
but then
afterward, it goes into the aspect of the open world that there are
exactly.
things that you can use to
Yeah,
restrict that.
because it's and the thing is, it's not even like it's just some dumb consumable item. It's part of like a very big mechanic in the game, which is your wondrous physic, which is something you get in the beginning of the game, and you get
Yeah,
items for it very like thoroughly, and not and it's also dropped by an invader, and usually invaders in this game they drop somewhat important things like
yeah.
weapons or key items or something. So you know that like I should probably read what this does. And if you read what that item does, you know that it's for this. It's not like it's a riddle or something. It literally says purifies the curse of the Lord of Blood or something like that. And then when you fight the Lord of Blood, you're like, oh fuck, this is the curse. Uh,
Exactly.
but yeah, everything from the cutscene, the voice acting, the music, the
The voice
setting,
acting, everything,
bro.
bro, everything's perfect.
Yeah, and
Um,
it's so fucking his design, his physical design as well.
yeah,
It's
exactly. Bro, when I'll tell you something, when I fought the original Mogna, I that boss literally became my favorite boss because that fight is just his first phase. But even his first phase is so much fun to fight. Like dodging the moves, the timings, everything, memorizing all of that. Like, yeah, he isn't super fast, super aggressive, but like just dodging his attacks, finding those openings, it's like the perfect From Software boss. And then the second phase, if Lord of Blood just takes it to a whole nother level, bro. It's insane. Oh my God.
Yep,
Um,
I completely agree. Like
like his
Maud just
flying attack in the second
dude, when he starts
phase,
flying
his
around, like
yeah,
I was done. I was just like,
yeah,
what the fuck? How am I ever gonna beat this guy? But it's still
yeah.
so fair.
It is
Everything
fair.
about
No,
him
no,
is so
that's the thing.
fair.
When I was fighting him, it never felt unfair to me. So that's why I was never frustrated at the fight. I actually wanted to keep fighting because it was so, like, it felt very doable to me. I don't know. And I feel like that's why it was the perfect fight as well, because it wasn't superly hard, but it wasn't easy at all. So it was like the perfect difficulty, in my opinion, for a boss. Like, yeah, it wasn't the final boss. Final bosses should be even harder. Like, I think Radicon is harder, but um, it had the perfect difficulty, perfect design, perfect setting. Everything was this perfect about it. I loved the first phase, and then the second phase, you have to watch out for the blood that he throws at you, the bleed effect, all of that. It's just, who would have thought, bro?
Who would
Fucking
have thought?
Lord of Blood, number one for both of us.
Bro,
Out
I
of a
honestly
game
knew
that
it.
has so many bosses, like this game has over 100 bosses, you count the mini bosses and all of that,
Yeah.
and out of everyone, Lord of Blood, man.
And I love that this is a boss in a secret area inside of a secret area. Like,
Yeah.
the Western Forbidden Lands is essentially a secret area. And then after that, you have to find this tiny little portal at the edge of that secret area. And then you enter the Palace of Blood, and you're like, holy shit.
Bro, today I was just looking at the bosses, like these best 10, 15 bosses, and I was just looking at Morg's name, and something about it was just calling to me to put this guy on number
I
one,
swear,
man.
even his
I
name,
swear.
I love the
Yeah.
names of this game. Like Mog, it's just so
Yeah,
good.
Morg,
Like
Lord of
the
Blood.
Mogwin dynasty, and dude, and I love his like voice as well. Like we were
I
saying,
love
like
his
his
voice.
voice.
It is my favorite voice. It is. Even though
Yeah,
Rykard is very cool, his line is very witty and stuff, this guy is the best voice for me
yeah,
personally.
I think I agree because it's really like because again it doesn't sound just like an intimidating like monster or generic villain like in most other games the villain does. It sounds like an old man almost. Like you can hear the like kind of old man-esque voice, but obviously it's a little more deeper and like demonic. But it's
Mm,
just I don't know. And what he says as well, like he's just like, "Welcome to our dynasty, toward the birthplace of
yeah.
our dynasty." And then it's just like the music of that fight, like I said, it doesn't even feel like a boss. It feels almost like an event or like a ritual, which
Mm.
is just so perfect. Like I don't know. Mog is the perfect fight. But yeah, that's the
Good list, good list.
top 25 boss
Bosses and
lists.